Grand Rising Brothers, and welcome back to the BlackManCan Men's Channel, the place where masculinity is affirmed and supported, where we go to tackle the challenges of modern day society and with women, and most of all, where we strive to become the best version of ourselves. Brothers, thank you as always for the support. Keep it pushing. Like, share, subscribe, and comment on the channel. And the platforms are listed below. Please go to them and subscribe to this. We're trying to build something. It's been less than 2 months, but I'm very encouraged by the brothers' support thus far. Okay? Furthermore, this is a men's channel, women. You are always welcome to come here, but do not come for me. I will not go back and forth with you about a difference of opinion. Last but not least, brothers, continue to support and tell the younger brothers. See, a lot of us are my age, 40s, 30s, 50s, etc. But the younger brothers, your son, your nephew, your cousin, they need to hear the messages I'm putting out too, because they can avoid some of these pitfalls rather than fall into these traps if we give the knowledge to them. It's our job to let these brothers know, put them up on game, put them up on health, put them up on everything they should know as young men, okay? Without further ado, we're going to hop right into today's episode. I had a discussion with a couple brothers today and talking about dating and how relationships have been going. And basically, the title of today's video is The Modern Woman Has Become Delusional When It Comes to the Dating Market. All right? And we're going to go down a list of things that just are statistically true and what have been happening with the sisters and how brothers are going to have to combat with this. This is just where we are and what you're going to have to deal with going forward. Number one, black women do not prioritize relationships until they're 30. Now, I'm not just going to say this is all women, but this is the majority. Even if you want to say 51%. Sisters is chasing the bag. They're going out or having hot girl summers. They spend their finest years, let's say 18 to 32, and I'm being nice. The best years they spend running around, having fun, having sexual partners, trying to get their degrees, which is all cool. But what happens is, next thing you know, it's time to get into relationships and they've got too much damage. Moreover than that, a lot of these sisters along the way, they get with the Chad or Tyrone and keep a baby by him. So now they're ready to settle down, but they come in with a child in tow. And you got to accept the package deal no matter what, whether you got a child or not. So that's number one. They don't prioritize relationships until it becomes too late in the game. Number two, men see love as a duty. Women see love as a feeling. Okay? This is why marriages in our community are failing and not even happening. These are some statistics just so you can get an idea. This is not something I'm pulling out my ass. These are true statistics. 4 out of 5 divorces are initiated by the woman. In 1960, 61% of black families were married. All right. In 2008, that went down to 32%. And I think we are somewhere now between 25 and 27% of our children are being raised in a household where the man and woman is married. That's horrible. OK, and there's a reason for that. Yo, like I said, it goes back to number one. OK, so big thing is we look at love as a duty. We want to help. We want to support. Don't matter how we feel. Look, my woman got on my nerves. Yo, I got to do this for her because I love her. Your woman could feel a certain way and she don't even want to give you no sex. She wants to manipulate that. Brothers, don't go for that kind of stuff. And this message is going to be speaking to brothers who are not only just in the dating game, but in the long-term relationships or you married. All this stuff applies across the board. Okay. Number three, black women think they own black men, but they're independent. Okay. And it's because we've been living in a matriarchal society for probably the better part of 50 years. Okay. Our mothers, our cousins, our aunties, our sisters, our grandma have raised us. And in many situations, not all, but they've raised the girls to be hard and the boys to be soft. That's why you having so much gender role problems and reversals and guys acting all emotional and crazy and women being cold-blooded. It's because they've been raised that way. So it's hard to pair bond with one another and have relationships because everybody's all messed up, the family unit. Number 5, the black man is rarely given love, credit, and appreciation by anyone on earth for our efforts. Just our money. A man is basically loved based on what he can provide. That's where it is. That's where it is for the black man. You have to understand that. You are as loved as you are useful, okay? If you don't got no money, you don't got no job, you ain't looking good, you're not taking care of yourself, women ain't gonna deal with you. So that's another reason why relationships are in decay. It's like, yo, it's a lot. It's a lot, okay? Number 6. And before I go on to number 6, yo, just to go back to the credit for black men. Yo, we are the most present fathers of all, and we are made out to sound like we are deadbeats. Black men, this is CDC. Black men are the most active fathers with activities with their children. Black men feed and make meals for their children more than other fathers and this is based on white or Hispanic groups. We are higher in these areas, and more importantly than that, we also, let me put on the system, we do more homework with our children. Those are 3 major factors. And what happens is, in a lot of cases, when the man and the woman don't work out, the man's access to the child is greatly decreased. You got brothers out here, I know brothers who don't get to see their kid but 1-2 weekends a month. How do you really build a relationship? Sometimes they're not seeing their kid but a couple times a year. And that stuff affects our young boys greatly. And the girls too. That's why you come up, these women got a lot of daddy issues because their father wasn't in their life. And it affects relationships. So this is part of the reason why sisters are delusional. Now, to number 6. The black woman is the most educated group of women in the country and the most in debt. White women go to college to find a husband. Black women go to school to prove they don't need one. Now, it's been historically common. Back in the 60s and the 50s, a lot of fathers sent their black daughters off to college so they had a better opportunity because they know the dogs is out there. We want to protect our daughters. So what happened is women got first dibs at college. Brothers had to go get a job working with their hands. That was originally what was happening. And to this day, that still happens. If there's a white institution, if there's a job, and if it's a qualified black woman and a qualified black man, the sister gonna get that job over you. It's been institutionally put down that way. So we have to deal with that, brother. You have to constantly find ways to reinvent and make money and do things for yourself. But they are the most educated group with the most debt. So when you come into a marriage or a relationship with your woman, she got all these degrees, odds are, unless she got some kind of scholarship, which they're not giving out like they was back in the day, she probably got $100K worth of debt on her head. And y'all coming together with that. And also, in addition to that, over time, it's been linked to how some men with a degree or job title is more important to black women than it is to white women. Some statistics, I'll give you another one. 2/3 of black women versus 1/3 of white women said a good income is important. Education, 55% of black women versus 28% of white women said men must be well educated. And 50% of black women versus 25% of white women said financial stability is extremely important. These were their requisites for a man to marry him. Now, brother, I can't disagree with that but so much. But do you see that we have to be made already? Sisters ain't trying to build with you. They want you assembled and ready to go. So what I tell brothers all the time, man, ain't no honey without no money. Get your life together. Don't be chasing women. You chase goals and the right women will come to you. So that's another thing, all right? Number 8, they don't realize that we are their only option, okay? Black women don't see us the way we want to be seen. And the gag here is there's this interracial marriage myth. 10% of black men are married to white women. The majority, 8 out of 10 marriages are a black man to a black woman. So this whole thing, oh, the white women taking the good men, the Spanish women, no, that's not true. That's a myth. We want to be with the sisters. However, we are a commodity. The black man is desired by all women. That's a fact. Latino women, Chinese women, white women, they are willing to be more cooperative in many cases. And I'll tell you straight up, I push for the sisters first, but I'm going to go where the love is, as every man should. Okay, number 9, and this is going to touch some people, but I don't care. Single mothers are applauded more than wives. Black women in general by 30 are coming with a child from a previous relationship, and you as a man have to accept the package deal. Moreover, the psychological toll of being a single parent is taxing on a woman. It does, yo, women in the affirmative, if they could just be, they will be happier creatures. But they get this whole like, yo, I can do it all by myself, and it doesn't work out that way. So we need each other, but sisters got to come to that realization that they need us just like we know we need them. And if they can't, brother, like I said in my previous videos, go where you are celebrated. Okay? So brothers, we're going to recap. I'm going to give you the quick rundown without getting into all the statistics, but these are the quickest bullet points here. Number one, the black woman does not prioritize relationships until she turns 30. Most of the time, they just want to have their own fun, do their own thing, and they think they got forever. Like life is a big sale. There's always a better dude around the corner when the dude you met in college was the one you should have took. Don't feel empathy for that, okay? Number two, men see love as a duty. Women see love as a feeling. That's why a lot of relationships fail. Because the second a woman don't feel the right way, then she start giving you slack and she's not giving you her best. Men are going to love unconditionally. Women usually will not, unless it's their child. All right? Number three, black women think they own us, but they are independent. A lot of us, I'm telling you, ask a black woman out of nowhere who hasn't seen this video, do you belong to the black man? And watch her start dancing around. Very few of them are just going to immediately say, yes, I belong to the black man. No, they're going, well, you know, if there's going to be all these cliches. Brother, the white woman ain't thinking that way. Spanish woman ain't thinking that way. Asian woman ain't thinking that way. They know they belong to their man. So as us as men, we have to reclaim that title and understand that, yo, you either ours or you can't get mad when we go elsewhere. And a lot of those brothers they talk down to, they was calling him black and crispy back in the day. They was saying he was too light. He was too sweet. He wasn't a roughneck. He wasn't like Tyrone and Chad. Then he turned around and married a woman from a different race. You get upset. No, it don't work that way. All right. Number 5, the black man is rarely given credit, love, and appreciation by anybody on earth. Just for our money. That's usually where the appreciation comes in. Brothers are the most involved fathers. We try to work on relationships the most. We want love. We want women. We love all women. And we always got to deal with combativeness, arguing, fighting, competing, and it's exhausting. Okay, so brother, look very carefully for those kind of things in your life and be aware of that because you don't need that. You got to value yourself. A video I recently put out talking about valuing yourself. All right. Number 6, black women are the most educated group of women in the country and the most in debt. They are usually going to college to prove that they don't need a man rather than go find a man. All right. And a lot of times they coming out here talking about how, oh, we so educated. We so this and that. They're looking for brothers to be educated more than women of other races. Yo, you can't base relationships just off status and money. And every man ain't going to be making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. So the women who think that they can have that, which is most, they are in for a rude awakening. Okay. Number 7, the black man has gotten to the point where if we want black women, we got to accept too much. I didn't mention that in the earlier part. We got to accept everything, man. We got to accept kids. We got to accept women being overweight. We got to accept weave, face paint, combativeness, yelling. Yo. We get tired of that. That's why these relationships are at the all-time low with marriage, at the all-time low with all-time high with divorce. It's because of these things. We have to work on this in our community, and it starts with us, brother, right now. Okay? And last but not least, number 9, single mothers are being applauded more than wives. Most women, by the time they're 30, they already got a kid, whether they're married or not. They are biologically have the breeder mindset over the wife mindset. And that comes from how they were raised, households. The mama wasn't married, the grandmama might not have been married, and this cycle continues. And it's exhausting being a single parent. I'm a part-time single parent. I can tell you it takes a toll. I can only imagine a woman who ain't got no support system raising one kid all by herself. You got little time for anything else. But they do this, they take the challenge, and we are, woo, single mom, yay. No, we need to be applauding the women who know they need a man. And brother, look for a woman who wants you, who wants to be in concert with you, not in combat with you, okay? So brothers, this is a reason, and these are my thoughts about why the dating game has gotten so delusional. Women are just asking for too much, and why our situation is partly why it is. All right? Anyway, like the channel. I hope the message hit home for some brothers, and we can be more aware as we make our choices, whether you in a long-term relationship, whether you married, what we want for ourselves. Because insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. All right? Brothers, be blessed. We'll be back tomorrow. I got so much stuff on deck, brothers. I got like 24 videos now. So brothers, y'all got to start checking them out, sharing. We got to keep it popping. Give me any suggestions. Go to the platforms and subscribe to them. And also, brothers, you can go to my email. You can leave comments. Tell me any topic y'all want to talk about. We can chop it up. Okay? So brothers, be well, be safe. And remember, the black man can. And if you ain't know, you better ask somebody. 1.